Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is out. Or, as Mark says,
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So this is the latest in the reborn Ghostbusters franchise, of which I kind of lose track. I think it's the 5th. Sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife, co-written by Jason Reitman. So Ghostbusters 1 was a hit, although you said that when you went back and watched Ghostbusters again some years later, you were surprised at some of the material.
Yeah, it was just one of those classic parenting moments where you're thinking, oh, the kids will enjoy this, and then you sit down and watch it and realise how inappropriate
some
it was,
of it is.
but you didn't really notice it at the time.
Ghostbusters 2 was a chore and a bore. 2015, the female-led reboot of Ghostbusters was nothing like as bad as the review suggested, but people, the anti-woke mob, oh, they've ruined Ghostbusters and put women in it. Oh, and then the Afterlife, which was 2021, I think, kind of skipped the reboot and continue. I think now when you look it up on Wiki, there's like the original series and there's the reboot and they're kind of separate. And that had sort of started again with like next generation Spanglers inheriting the Ghostbusters manual. And I didn't like that at all. I thought it was just nostalgia porn, frankly. Anyway, so this brings back Afterlife stars Paul Rudd, Carrie Coon, Phil Wolfhard, McKenna Grace, Celeste O'Connor. And it also gives us new stars, Kumail Nanjiani, who I like very much, and Patton Oswalt. Here's a bit of it.
For the first time in New York history, a room full of people froze to death in July.
It's an unimaginable evil with the power to kill by fear itself.
Like, literally scared to death?
Now it's headed straight for us.
Is something trying to get out?
Many things.
It's commanding an army of the undead.
I think we're all going to die.
Nothing wrong with the trailer.
I mean, it's a trailer,
Yeah,
So,
but there are some trailers that make you think, okay, that could be pretty good.
okay, well, trailer people, well done.
So I'm thinking, I've watched the trailer, and I'm thinking I'm going to go in with an open heart.
It's fine. Go ahead. You get the new lot. Then you get your old faves, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts, and, William Afton. So like a bunch of old characters from the old films and a bunch of new characters from the new films. And so the Spanglers, they're back in the firehouse. They're busy busting ghosts. And Kumail Nanjiani's character sells Dan Aykroyd an orb, which he got from his grandmother's house, which turns out to be a psychic key or maybe a prison, and unleashes havoc, which the Ghostbusters are going to have to stop. Every ghost they ever caught is going to be unleashed and everyone's going to die. And then Walter Peck is back trying to stop them, trying to shut down the firehouse, like all those years ago. And then Phoebe is being told that she's too young to be ghost busting, and then she sort of becomes involved with a departed soul with whom she has a...
Is this the whole plot?
That's a really interesting question. Is this the whole plot? And then Trevor is he's grown up, 18, wants to drive the thing. Right, okay. So that tagline is about, everything's going to be unleashed and, blah, blah, blah. Is this the whole plot? Here's how the plot works. It's literally like they just took everything and just went, just throw it at the wall and see if any of it sticks at all. I mean, that thing about victims, well, what you mean, they were scared to death? I mean, bored to death, certainly. It's like the script writers just devoured some plates of Ghostbuster stuff and then went blah, and it's just the stuff all over. None of it makes any sense. None of it is. I mean, I know you can say, well, Ghostbusters didn't make any sense. Well, actually, weirdly enough, for all the things that are wrong with the original Ghostbusters, it did make some kind of sense. Like, so when the big pastry guy comes up, there's a reason for it, because everyone don't think of anything. I'm sorry, it just slipped into my mind. We've all been that thing. It's like if you say to somebody, don't think of an elephant, they immediately think of an elephant. In this case, what you've got is you've got some stuff, you've got some monsters, you've got some famous characters that you loved years ago, you got some actors more recently you loved in other projects, and Bill Murray. And the way it works is, it's just like, so all this stuff, there's a monster bit there, and then there's a thing, then there's a joke, then there's a little bit about, young relationships and difficulties, and then there's another bit, and the plot just goes, supernatural chase through city, Ghostbuster vehicle in pursuit, huge damage. Bill Murray, attempt to shut down a container, awakening of some ancient force, something else, there's the sight of a new monster. Bill Murray. There's a live person, but they can be dead for 2 minutes, then they can come back, so they can be a ghost, and then there's that guy that we liked before in the bit. Bill Murray. And every time Bill Murray turns up, it's just like, Bill Murray doesn't do anything, isn't funny, doesn't in any way do anything of any consequence, but it's just like they're going splat, 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 splat. And you remember I was saying about Quiet, Quiet, None, right?
Yes.
This is like boring, boring, boring. Bill Murray. And halfway through, I just thought, to call the writing perfunctorily mechanical would be to insult many perfunctorily mechanical things like U-bends in sinks that are quite useful. It's the thing about watching a movie when you go, no one cares. No one in this is doing this because they think it's a good idea. They're doing it because they're shaking the can and they think there is more money to fall out of it. On the plus side, the anti-woke brigade will be annoyed because it is equal opportunities in its attitudes towards, gender and sexuality and everything. Great. What it means is now a diverse range of people now have rubbish movies to enjoy just like everyone else. It's so depressingly messy. It's just, just pick one of these stories and do that. Or, better still, don't do any of it. And as I said, every time, Bill Murray, it's not enough.
How many times did you laugh?
None. Never. Not once. Not once.
None.
None.
There you go. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Watch the trailer.
And then walk away.
And then go and see.
Shed your tears and walk away.
Or watch the original.
Incidentally, it'll be number one next week, and we'll have a bunch of emails from people saying, I took my kids to see it and they quite enjoyed it. Fine.
Okay.
You're wrong.
No, but they might. Okay, but that's
fine. Look. I once hit myself in the face with an encyclopedia. It was funny.
In what way was it funny?
I did it as a joke.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you don't. So you think it's quite possible that it'll be a hit because
it will be a hit. It's Ghostbusters. It will be a hit. Right. It will be number one.
And the kids will like it.
Some people will go along and they say, "Oh, I quite enjoy it." I mean, actually, a very good friend of mine, film critic, liked it very much. Liked the characters. Enjoyed it. Wrong.
Is that what you said? Is that what you said to your friend, the film critic?
I did, actually, yeah.
And what did your friend, the film critic, say?
She just laughed because she knows me.